Hey YouTube, decided to make a little video from a couple people who are asking about how to hook up your old electronic piano that has a MIDI feature to your computer. You can do this using a cable such as this one. It's a USB to MIDI cable. I got this one on Amazon for about $7. That's in tax and shipping included. You can see it has these two cables. This is an input and an output. And then you've got your USB. And I had a couple problems with it regarding the keyboard, but I'll show you how I got it to work. As you can see, this is the back of my keyboard. If anyone was wondering, this is the Casio CTK 496. It's an old keyboard. I got it when I was a kid, and I've been using it just for playing around, playing with the stock sounds. But now that I'm on to real production with real computer software, I wanted to see if I could take it into the MIDI feature without buying a real MIDI keyboard. So you'll see we have our two connections from the cable that we've purchased, and we also have our two ports. You'll notice they're both labeled in and out. But something really important is the in and out on the keyboard. This is the input for the keyboard. This is the output for the keyboard. For the cable, it's labeled for the computer's input and output. See, the problem I had was I plugged the in to the in and the out to the out. So that's where I ran into trouble, is you actually want to plug it in backwards. So the output from here is going to be the input to the computer. And the input from the computer is going to go in, or the output from the computer is going to go into the input for the keyboard. So let's do that now. We have our output goes to the in on our keyboard. And then we've got our input goes to our output on the keyboard. Alright, and then we've got the rest of this cable, a little controller, and then the USB. So right now I just have the other end, the USB, plugged into a port that's on my keyboard. You'll notice after you do that, a light will come on, and it'll install your driver software. Make sure you plug it into the same port every time so it doesn't reinstall the driver software. After you plug your device in, you're going to want to install the drivers, which they should install as soon as you plug it in. And when they finish, open up FL Studio, and we're going to configure a couple MIDI things. So first thing to check is you want to go to your options, MIDI settings, and you're going to want to see if it's detecting it within FL Studio. You'll see right here, mine does. It says USB 2.0 MIDI. That's the generic controller that I have. That's what it registers as on the computer. And if yours doesn't show up, feel free to just rescan. You can see it already showed up. Output, you just want to have the default MIDI mapper. And let's try it out. You're going to notice that this light up here, MIDI input activity, is going to shine orange when I play a note. So it's working out. Alright, so seems to be working fine, but you will notice as you try to play, I'm just going to play a quick song that I like. You're going to notice there's a pretty bad lag from the time you hit the notes to the time they register within FL Studio. To fix this, we're going to go to the audio settings under options, and we're going to adjust our buffer length. Right now it's set to 106 milliseconds. Yours might be set to a different buffer. Mine was set to 97 before I did this tutorial. I just boosted it up to show you guys. But you want to lower it until it's to a point where you'll notice these underruns are starting to rise. And you'll get a pretty awful sound if you have underruns. Notice that it's going to clip a lot, And what an underrun really is just a CPU overload. So bring it back up. So even at 39, it's not perfect. There's still underruns. Let's bring it up a little more. Let's try 42. The underruns have stopped rising. And you'll notice that the response time is going to be much better. And now we can try playing the same song. Alright, so I messed up just so you guys know that I'm not faking it. Well, I actually did mess up, but just trying to cover it up. But that should help. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to comment. If I did anything incorrectly or if I described something incorrectly, feel free to correct me. Thanks guys for watching. I hope this helped.